I'm finally getting around to replacing these basic stones outside the front of the cantina, and after many designs all inspired by the stones seen on Cetos and Peridia in the Ahsoka series, I settled on a couple of ideas that I'm quite keen on. So I'm starting out with a piece of polystyrene and getting the rough sort of shape and size that I want them to be, and then taking it into my studio and kind of getting more accurate sizes and measuring with a measuring tape to make sure things are even. You can't really see the pen marks because of this polystyrene being black and white kind of polka dotty, but it was cheaper than just plain white polystyrene. And then gluing these pieces together to have 4 or 5 kind of back to back to get the right sort of thickness. I then started carving the shape into it with knives and saws and this hot wire cutter, which is a great tool for carving into polystyrene, which was a Christmas present from my partner. I then had to cover the entire thing with this tinfoil tape type of stuff because once I put the fiberglass on and the resin will basically melt the polystyrene, so you have to cover every little area of it. Then covering the entire thing with fiberglass. I've actually got 4 different types of fiberglass here, as this is a trial run for a future bigger project, and I want to see how each of them kind of come out on different kind of functions and things with them. Also, the resin I'm using here, I've used resin before, but nothing that has the potency of this specific one. After that cured, I'm coating it in Total Boat gel coat. From what I can tell online, gel coats in the US are different from ones in the UK. The UK ones generally remain kind of tacky after, whereas the specific one from the US is effectively like a resin hardening paint. And it will help cover that fiberglass pattern. Speaking of covering the fiberglass pattern, I'm then going over it with this kind of gritty kind of paint stuff. I'm not sure how to describe it. I use it on multiple different things, as a lot of the things I make are fake stone kind of things. And then after that, I'm covering it with some phyllite powder, which is effectively like grit like sand, and using a variety of props in the industry. Now the grit paint and the phyllite powder has helped cover some of the pattern of the fiberglass. I'm going in and sanding down any of the kind of high spots, and then giving it another coat of the Total Boat gel coat to just harden all of that there. I forgot to film after that dried. I then coated it with this grey masonry paint, and now I'm going over it with a black wash paint with my spray gun, effectively just trying to get into all of the kind of little cracks and details and kind of lower areas, and then going over it with some blue paper towel and just kind of dabbing it off of the high spots just to give it kind of more depth. I then got to painting gold in the line detail kind of deeper areas. It only took a couple of coats till I was happy with how it all kind of looked. And then it's pretty much time to put it out the front of the cantina. It's really cold weather at the moment, and I can't really be bothered to be out there digging a hole, but the plan is to dig a hole kind of where the stone's going to go out the front of the cantina, and then kind of fill it so that the bottom part of the stone, about 4 to 6 inches, is kind of submerged using postcrete. I also left a hollow part in the middle of the stone itself where I can put a kind of post up there, a wooden post, and that can also help stabilize it when it's in the ground with postcrete and stuff as well. Next up is basically time to make another one to go on the other side at some point, but I'm pretty proud of how this turned out for the first time using fiberglass, and stay tuned for more cantina updates and cool props. I am a full-time prop maker, so please check out the rest of my page to buy props so I can actually have money to buy food and live. Please, thank you. Thanks again, bye!